Welcome to Dating with Reptar, and I am Reptar. And if you already don't follow me on Instagram, I am on Reptar underscore Love Jones, R3PTAR underscore LOVEJONEZ. And my next two people are on time, are on time, are on time. Station this time, I'm actually going to answer my own questions while we're talking because it's girls' chat. Mm. Name, age, and occupation.
My name is Wendy. I'm 27 years old. I am a stock worker at a warehouse, and I also go to school to be a surgical technician.
My name is Taqueena. I'm 27 and I am a teacher at a daycare center.
I am Gianni. I am 27 years old as of July 4th, and I'm currently a group leader slash admin assistant in an after school program remotely. Zodiac Big Three.
I am I'm a Capricorn sun. My
Mm,
moon is a Taurus, and my ascendant is Cancer.
nice.
My son is Gemini, rising Scorpio, moon Sagittarius.
I am a Cancer Sun, Capricorn Moon, and Aquarius Rising. What brings us all to this dating world today?
I'm here because I'm willing to try something new. I've never done anything like this before. I've been on websites, but speed dating, it's something that's out of my norm.
Mhm.
And so I'm trying it just to see what happens, if something progresses from there. And hopefully we'll see.
We shall see.
I've never done speed dating. I always find things like this fun and interesting, so I'm always up for a new way of meeting people.
I agree. I agree on all that because for my explanation, it's time to go back. And I don't mean go back to the old thing as they say. It's more in terms of like being in a relationship. I think I'm back to that mode again. And but this time it's to marry. I'm not saying I'm gonna find any Tom, Dick, and Harry saying marry me. I'm just saying that's where mentally is where I am because it's time. I had enough being for the streets.
The streets ain't it no more.
No, I don't want to be. I hate it here. I hate it here. Are you interested in one gender or are you flexible?
I'm flexible.
Yeah.
I'm flexible as well.
And I am strictly dickly. I am the middle of the conversation. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. All the guys gonna lose their mind off of that part. I'm telling you. What three traits do you look for in someone?
I look for somebody who is willing to put me first. I am also looking for somebody who has their shit together. I'm not saying, it has to be perfect, but have it together enough so that you can be presentable. And my third thing, compassion.
That's
She took
Oh,
mine.
that was yours? I'm so sorry. I told you I
No, it's
forgot all about this. I'll take it
okay.
back. I'll take
It's okay. It's okay.
I was to say y'all
And
can
we all look for the same things anyway, so it's all
period.
right. For my three things that I look for in a man, is drive and purpose, which go hand in hand together. So that's just my one. I look for someone that is compassionate as well,
Mhm.
and I definitely look for somebody that's independent.
Period. No dependencies.
hmm
Not somebody mother.
Hell
Sure
no.
ain't trying to be.
I said MUVA. Like we ain't
Right.
nobody mother. The top one for me would be sense of humor because I have a very dark sense of humor. Sometimes it's relatable, sometimes it's not. You have to know my references, unfortunately. So that's one. Secondly, you have to be tall. And that don't mean you got to be 6'5" and higher because that's so disrespectful. If you're a 6 foot even, that is fine. We still look like okay. I'm okay with that. Like 5'11" would be pushing it because I do wear heels. And a lot of guys are very intimidated by heels. So that's why I say height in a sense, mentally and physically. And the last one was ambition. Gotta be ambitious. You gotta want to do something. That, and it might go to stem to what you said down here, Taqueena, for drive. But that for in my spoken word, it would be ambition. Like if you're not looking forward to do something or at least be about something, then what we doing? That's the greatest rhetoric question I can give for the millennials. What are we doing? Turn ons and turn offs.
So my 3 turn-ons in a man
Oh,
is somebody that can definitely mentally stimulate me.
gotta stimulate that brain.
Period. I look for someone that is affectionate
Oh.
because I'm a very touchy person. I love to care for my man and I love for my man to care for me. And my third turn on is someone that shares the same values as me.
So turn ons, speech, basically that in terms of how you approach me. Um, Second one would be your overall personality, but more of charisma, as in wanting to talk to me, wanting to be around me, wanting to do something, wanting. It should never be a need because you don't need anybody other than God if you believe and your family. It's always supposed to be you want this person because you're already coming in 100%. The other person's coming in 100%. They shouldn't be your 90. I mean, they shouldn't be the 10% of your 90. Lastly, it's more in terms of affectionate too. I am a high smothering, I should say, person that I cuddle at night, morning, noon, and night. Almost, I don't want to go to work kind of thing. It's gotten that bad. And I just like the whole vibe of that together. I mean, it's in my sign to be that way because it's a nurturing sign, but it's you have to kind of meet me there at some level because not everyone does it, but it's be nice to meet me somewhere.
So, I bouncing off of affectionate with you, how you guys are affectionate. I'm not that affectionate. Like I have my moments where it's like, do not touch me, do not look at me, like do not breathe in the same space that I am in. I want somebody who can show me how to be affectionate.
Mm.
That will say like when I say that, they're like, no, like this is what I'm doing. Like I'm giving you a hug and you have to take it and you can't say nothing about it. And I would just have to just sit there and be aggravated. And I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. I also want somebody who doesn't find me intimidating because I do get that a lot. Like, oh, you're very intimidating. You have like such a mean face. And I didn't really realize it, even though a couple of people have told me. I didn't believe them. Then my third one, I want somebody who's very sexually fluent. And I don't mean like sexually fluent as in just because I'm flexible, they have to be flexible too. No, I want them to be able to explore with me, just us.
Period.
Like just us. And that's all it has to be. We don't have to bring in other people, just me and you. Whoever it is, it's just going to be me and you. And we're just going to have a good time. And that's just that on that.
Period.
See, that's something that I need too, but that's for when me and him getting to know each other.
Yeah,
That's what
that's fair. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's definitely fair. I'm not against that at all.
definitely feel you on that though. Definitely.
I can actually say I know what that looks like. Then and that ain't no joke. That's when you grown.
I'm ready to be grown. Like, you guys don't
Yes.
understand.
Me
I'm ready. I'm
too.
with it.
That's that
Yes.
grown. So what are our turn offs now?
And laziness,
Mm-hmm.
somebody who does not drive. I I'm not your taxi. Like I'm not your taxi. If we gotta share a car, that's cool. If I gotta drive you to work, just because you get off later than I do, if it
Mm-hmm.
works in our schedule, yeah, that's fine. That's one thing. But if you don't drive, every person I have met does not drive. Does not drive.
You know,
I'm nobody's taxi.
But my turn offs is non-communicative. Whenever the person's feeling like he's not in it. He doesn't want this to happen. He feels mad or whatever type of way. If he cannot voice how he feels in those moments, good or bad, that's a major turn off for me. My second turn off is somebody that's controlling and has a jealous behavior.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm an adult. I'm not a kid. I don't need you to make it seem like I'm gonna be out here doing the worst when I tell you I'm doing something opposite.
No.
I don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
And my third is emotional instability. A lot of us have dated people where they are traumatized from their past relationships and they bring all of that into their next relationship, and they have all these assumptions on how you're going to act and such, etc. So someone that's emotionally unstable is a turn off for me. Nobody has everything figured out, which is okay.
Right.
But you don't need to bring that on to me to where I'm feeling emotional. You know what I mean?
I get you. No, I understand because I lived through it, so I get it in
So,
terms of action. Yeah, turn off. I would say blatant disrespect, and it don't even have to be words. Um, because I've been blatantly disrespected. Decrease in affection. So if affection is my turn on, you can't decrease from it. So that would be a turn off for me. Unless you have other certain reasons that's telling you not to do it, then we need to have a conversation. That's just plain and simple. If we're not talking about it, then I would know, and I can't assume that I know. And in assumptions, I am not clairvoyant. I cannot read your mind. So you telling me that I'm supposed to know X, Y, and Z, that ain't always the case. I don't assume anything. If it's something that sounds like you would think I would know, I don't. Just explain it to me, please. It all goes with how I learn and how I think and how I see things. I'm a visual learner. So if you tell me something and I ain't seen it, it's clipped. I am not assuming that you did it. Does age matter?
Yes, it does.
So range.
Um, I don't date my age. The oldest I've messed around or dated with somebody 10 years older. So I would go 10 years older than my age, but
so for me, it doesn't matter. You just need to be at least 24 up to 35.
For myself, I would say first, I've only dated people that were my age. So I never got anyone that was younger or older in terms of relationships. In relationship sense, I was always the oldest by months. So like I said, I just turned 27 in July. The next person would turn 27 after like July, so it'd be like August or whatever the case may be. So in terms of range, I would say my range that I do on dating sites, this is the fact. I do 25 to 33. That's my cut. 34 would be pushing it, but I vary on a 24-year-old that doesn't have kids. Like 25 to 33, I'm not saying I'm dating them with kids, but if you don't have kids, then that's in the range. But
that's a plus.
so 25 to 33 is pretty reasonable for myself. Like I said, if it's 34, I could probably play with it if you do not have kids. Okay, does height matter? Does
Yes.
height matter?
Yes.
Yes.
That's three yeses. So that means you go to the next round. I'm just messaging. But height does matter for all of us.
Especially me, I'm only 5 feet. So
I mean,
please.
we could pick you up though.
You know. I'm for size. I get raised eyebrows every time somebody asks me for my height because they don't believe I'm only 5 feet.
Probably because you have long torso or
I
long
have long legs.
oh, that's why. Cause I'm in the same boat as you, but I have both torso and legs. So I don't look 5'9.5. Cause I had one guy ask me, like, what are you, 6 feet? And I said I wish, but no. No, like in heels, I'll probably be taller than that. Yet most definitely. Oh yes. But not they always think I'm like 6 feet flat, and I'm like, I'm only 5'9.5.
That's not the case, boo boo.
Like, and I tell them, and this is how I answer the question. I'm like, I'm 5'9.5. 5'10" for doctors because doctors can't put 9.5. So I tell them put 5'10". So we all said yes. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. As I said, let's start at 6 even and keep it moving. I'll take 6 even and taller.
I will take my height and taller. I'm 5'5" / 5'6". So anything, as long as you're my height and above, I'm good.
For girls, I'll take 5'3" to 5'5". You could be a little taller, but you can't be skinny.
Oh.
And I don't
like you don't like the skinny.
Not the. No, I don't know. I don't
You like
want
a little meat on the bone.
I like a little meat on the bone. I have something. I can't just. That's for girls, and then for guys, 5'10" to 6'5".
Lord.
All right, don't get an orgasm on the camera.
Sorry.
My whole face was like, yes. Does ethnicity or race matter?
No.
At least in my wheelhouse, I'm saying no. But I've been trying to get black love since my last relationship, and so far I've been getting a mixed bag of people. So the last 2 relationships I can say I had was Asian, Black, and Dominican, and Asian and Black. But it was more Black slapped into that face than it was anything else. So you couldn't tell what the hell else was going on.
Right.
So, I wasn't against it. I thought it was cool because it was something different. But I'm trying to vouch for black love at this point, even though nobody believes I'm black. But at this point, I don't give a damn.
I knew you was black.
Y'all knew. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I can't. I wanted to try that because I didn't have that experience because everybody's ungal with black love, and I'm trying to get that experience and they don't even think I'm black. Like I'm so mad with that. But it's more mad in terms of like you didn't even you might have asked me and still assumed, which that shit pisses me off, which is a turn off. It goes back to turn off. Or they're sitting here saying like, how are you so light but you say you're black? That's
Look at my mama.
You know what I'm saying? But they see my mother and think Spanish. That's the crazy part. They see me and think white or albino, which is so racist for me. But for my mother, they think she's Spanish. So automatically I look confusing. But when they see my father, it's like, what the hell? So I'm trying to live the black love moment, black power, ungawa, because that's me all day. Y'all know I fight for us every day. But I'm just not being respected as a Black History moment.
I love black love too. I love black love. I feel like this is a whole other conversation. This goes into a whole other conversation. But it's like, I feel like for me, with relationships, I've always been in a relationship with a black man. In terms of dealing with any guys outside of my race, it's always been more sexual for them than it is something that's serious.
Okay. I get you.
So I feel like that's a whole battle in itself.
It is. And that's from what we see on TV.
Oh, most definitely. It plays a factor for a lot of people, which is dumb.
Absolutely. Yay. Thank you guys so much for joining my Dating with Reptar. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram already, I am Reptar_Love Jones, R3PTAR_LOVEJONEZ. And if you are interested in any of my female counterparts here, I will send out their social media, not their phone number. But